If the Lakers make the playoffs, it's going to be barely.
Right.
By the skin of their teeth. And you know
they
what
got
else?
skin on their teeth, yes or no? Do they have skin on those teeth?
No.
Ooh!
Here's why. They have the 4th toughest remaining schedule in the NBA. And the team that they're fighting with, you didn't predict this either, the Sacramento Kings, okay, going back and forth for a playoff spot, have an easier schedule. And their opponents have less than a 500 win percentage remaining. And guess what else will happen? The Sacramento Kings just added Harrison Barnes. And if they make the playoffs, they're going to celebrate and say, we had a great season to build on. The Lakers make the playoffs in the AC, and they lose in 5 to the Golden State Warriors. That ain't a successful season in LA. You didn't predict that either.
So what are you saying? They're not going to make the playoffs?
Correct.
You're saying they're not going to make the playoffs?
They're not making the playoffs this year.
Look at you.
And how about this?
Look at you.
And so since I played in the league, a lot of times people think you have a personal agenda. Magic Johnson is my childhood idol. I call him the Hall of Fame mogul. Rob Pelinka is my college teammate at the University of Michigan. So it has nothing to do with that. I just think this group, this collection, has fought all year the perception that they're not good enough. Now, all of a sudden, when you go to Atlanta and they beat the brakes off of you like that, that don't make you a playoff team in my estimation.
All right, now here's the thing. I agree with Max, but I don't like the way I got there because Max hyped it up. It's all probabilistic and statistics and nonsense, man. The only reason that you think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs is for the same reason that I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a complete religious act of faith.
Correct.
Yes, what I'm saying is...
But it's not the probabilistic outcome.
No.
He wins on probability.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Basketball is fundamentally not probabilistic. Football and baseball are. The best team doesn't always win in football and baseball. The best team in a 7-game series in the NBA wins.
Yes.
It produces the result of the best team.
What that tells you is it's predictable. It should turn out the way the numbers suggest it. What I'm telling you is this. The numbers suggest Jalen is right. They're 2 games back of the Kings. The Kings have an easier schedule, but not by much, Jalen. They had the 8th toughest schedule in the NBA remaining, and the Lakers have the 4th toughest schedule. You will start doing the numbers. I can see how you get there. But we start encountering 2 things. 2 words, really. LeBron and the Kings. And we start trying to divorce ourselves from what they have been in the past. How can you really tell yourself the Kings are going to beat out LeBron for the playoffs? Look, man, I'm not going to sit here and win a debate with you on, like, objective facts and metrics because I recognize, and maybe you do as well, what you're saying here, Max, it's faith. LeBron has proven me wrong several times. This is faith,
it's
man.
Faith.
It's faith.
But it's the true definition of faith. It's not belief in the absence of evidence. The evidence just wasn't compiled this year. It's been a career worth, the way people had faith in Tom Brady that I didn't have, right? It's because I think eventually it's going to run up. But it's been a career's worth of production from LeBron against the backdrop of a league where players like that, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, figure out a way to get it done.
Let's get to the LeBron part of this. Somebody that I actually played against when I was in the league. You continue to say that LeBron is the best player in the game by a mile, right?
Yep.
Okay. LeBron won't be first-team All-NBA this season.
Right.
So there's a reason why you have Player of the Week, you have Player of the Month, you have Player of the Year in the regular season, you have Finals MVP. I actually won Player of the Week a couple of times. I wasn't the best player in the game. I just played the best at that moment.
You, Player of the Week, though, felt pretty good, didn't it?
But just think about this for LeBron, though. He has a groin injury. He missed 17 games, something he has not done in his career. He will not be first-team All-NBA, which that means is he's not playing at the level that he used to. And you know what else? He's not in the Eastern Conference.
Let me ask you this.
The West is better, Max.
Right. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that LeBron James is not playing as he used to primarily because he's incapable of it or primarily because he knows his body and knows he has to save it for the stretch run, which is coming up right now, and then if and when they make the playoffs, then who do you expect to be the best player in the game?
Not LeBron this season, Max.
LeBron won't be the best player in the playoffs this year.
Not this season.
He was last year.
Should have
by a
had
lot.
you here yesterday when I argued if you could have one player to build your championship team around this season. I said KD. Richard Jefferson and Max all over LeBron.
Not this season. And you ready for this? Do you think LeBron James really wants to get to the 8th seed and get bounced by the Golden State Warriors, a team he just faced in the finals the last couple of seasons?
The answer is yes.
You think he want to give them that gratification?
I'll tell you why the answer is yes. Because if LeBron wants to win a championship in LA, and I believe he does, I think that's very important to him for obvious reasons, then it is important to have the experience for some of these young players who will remain on the team. Not everyone will, but a couple of them will be there, to have the experience of playing the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs. You say a 5-game loss to Golden State in the first round's a failure. I disagree. The way Boogie has shown up on this team, if you can win a game against them in the playoffs and get that experience as a unit, that's very valuable.
But let's all make sure we pay attention to the expectations and the narrative.
People had him going to the Western Conference Finals.
Not me.
Yes,
Not me.
Yeah, well, people did.
Who?
So the guy-
Stephen
the
A?
guy who said
Yeah.
I sat
And
here
other
and
people,
I
not
sat
just
here and
Stephen
told him
A.
he was crazy.
Yeah, but not just Stephen A. Other people did too.
I was not one
Let's
of
not
them.
act like the expectations haven't gotten lowered. Okay, so it's like LeBron
Okay, that's a
MVP
good-
level. That ain't happening this year.
By the way-
LeBron All NBA level. That ain't happening first team this year.
And the playoffs start, watch.
Lakers Western Conference Finals. That ain't happening
LeBron
this year.
James, the last 3 seasons, he went from a playoff performer who wasn't usually as good as he was in the regular season to one of those guys like, oh my God, he's almost the best who ever did it. And then he gets way better under pressure. So if that all goes away this season, I'll stand corrected because of a groin age or other issues. But until I see it, I'm going to believe that's who's going to show up. And let's really talk about why they won't make the playoffs if they don't this year, okay? Where's the cavalry? Every year LeBron's been in a situation, the cavalry comes, at the trade deadline. There's some tweak, adjustment, something made. No one showed up.
Out of time.
Correct.
Out of time.